Who a live edition of the Good Guys podcast. My name is Brandon Dixon. I am a happily married man and a humble father of four. And as always, I am joined by none other than the Honorable, the Reverend. I'm not sure if I can still call him Slim Rev, aka Joshua Azzy.
What's good, BD?
Hey man, we're here. All right, we're a little late.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're here, and that's what
we're,
matters.
We're family men.
There you go. I had to put the kids to bed. I mean, what do you want me to do? JE, you have to do whatever it is. You don't have to expect.
Nephew had practice,
there you go.
man.
There you go.
30 minutes away from where we stay.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, man. Nephew, right. Family first, y'all.
That's right. We practice what we preach. All right. We're family men. We have responsibilities. We have obligations, but we do the best we can. We're here. Better late than never. But as the great psalmist Drake said, never late is better. So we'll do better next week.
Yeah. Whatever that meant, bro.
Better late than never, but never late is better.
All right, man.
We've got a great show today. All right. Got a great show. JE, how you holding up over there?
Man, I'm holding up good, man. I lost 8 pounds.
Lost 8 pounds?
Yeah, I told you. That vacation weight really added some weight to me, bro. But I lost 8 pounds. I'm on my way back into the 50s. I'm mid 60s right now, about low to mid 60s, man. 260s.
Yeah, we got to take away the Slim Rev. You're the Rev right now.
Nah. Slimming down, Rev.
Mm-hmm.
Slimming Rev.
You're Rev. Well, when you get back in the 50s, we'll give you Slim Rev back.
Bruh, look at me.
I'm not saying you chunky. I'm just saying, like, I got to dangle a carrot in front of you. I want you to get back into the 50s. So I will not call you Slim Rev until you get back in the 50s.
Bruh, once you call Slim Rev, you're always Slim Rev until you look like you're not slim.
Hey, look, man, accountability. Okay. Accountability. But yeah, we've got a great show today. If you have not done so already, okay, definitely make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this live and you're not subscribed to the Good Guys podcast, I don't know why. It's beyond me. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so that you get post notifications so that you know when we go live. Because as you can see tonight, sometimes it might be, slightly after 9 p.m. Eastern time. But if you've got that bell selected, you'll know exactly when we go live so that you can tune in to the live broadcast. Okay. Smash that like button if you are enjoying the video, if it's providing entertainment for you, if it's adding any kind of value to your life, smash that like button. That's all we ask. We don't ask, we don't ask monetary commitment. We don't ask a tithe or an offering or anything like that. It's not a ministry. All we ask is that you smash that like button, and all we ask is that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Okay. If you're live, make sure you hop in the comments over there, interact with us. If you're watching this tomorrow or the next day or whenever it is, make sure you hop in the comments and interact there. Okay. JE, what you got going on this week?
Man, just nothing but live videos, man. It's transition time, bro. It's about time to get back into work.
Okay. I hear you. I feel you.
What about yourself, man? Y'all got any video? Well, yeah, y'all do got some videos, man.
Yeah, the BNB family, we trying to grow over here. So we got some videos out. Definitely check those out. We did one last week. It was the spicy versus the extremely spicy
that was good.
Challenge.
That was good. Your wife won.
No. Okay. It was Team BD. All right.
No,
Team BD won.
It was Team BD. Yeah. Blythe Dixon.
No, not at all. But yeah, check those out, man. We're just having a good time, trying to entertain you guys. So, me and my wife are doing some videos, doing some stuff with the family over at the BNB family. Check that out. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content over there. I should have uploaded the thumbnail, but I didn't. But it's okay. Just type in the BNB family and check out our content. All right. Check out Josh's content as well. And yeah, I think that's all the housekeeping we have for this week. We're going to go ahead and get into the podcast as we typically do with the weekly airing of grievances. J.E., I've been told that you have a grievance to make. It's not every day that Joshua Ezzy, has a grievance. Normally it's me griping and complaining about the happenings of life on a weekly basis. But today, the Reverend has a gripe. I'm going to give you the floor, J.E.
My brother, these last 4 to 5 months have been good. They've been great accountability months. This week is when I transition from remote and summer break to being back in the streets. I'm scared, man.
What did it? Explain.
For the last 3 to 4 months, man, I haven't had Bojangles. Maybe 5 months. For the last 4.5 months, I haven't had those seasoned fries. I haven't had those perfectly spicy chicken breast thighs. I haven't had, man, some good Bojangles. Why, BD? Why haven't I had Bojangles?
That's a good question. Why?
Because I've been home. See, it all started back in March. I think I learned of the news with the box of Bojangles in my lap. When I heard that, it was like, yo, this is the last week for us at the school. You're going to have to be working from home. I said, okay. And as I drove home, I was like, man, I'm leaving the hood. And y'all know my stance about hood Bojangles.
You got to go to the hood.
Especially when the hood receives you as their own. Especially when the ladies that work at Bojangles know you. See, there's nothing like when you're a part of the community. When their kids go to your school. Do you know how many extra pieces of chicken I got because they know me? How many, when they know, hey, is my son at ISS again? Yes, ma'am, your son's in ISS again. But because of me, he wasn't OSS. I looked out for little man. So she was like, you know what? Thank you, because I work and no one's going to be able to watch little man. So thank you for making sure you spoke on behalf of my son to make sure he didn't have OSS. He has ISS. And so moms look at me and I get and you know how it is. See, me and BD are elite and experts when it comes to knowing if you got extra. When they pass the box of chicken to you and the thing can't even close and that thing got some weight to it, I don't even got to look. I just do this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, she says, no, Mr. Ezzy, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And I open that box, man, and I see 2 breasts and a thigh and a large, the picnic size fries. I'm like, I don't know if this is a blessing or not. Sometimes when the favor of God, the Bible says he'll surround you with favor like a shield.
Right.
And I think some of the favor is just because of the shield. I don't think God be blessing me with these extra. I'm like, because it's not good for my health. This can't be a blessing. But I receive it as it is. I'm like, God, hey, this is manna. I receive it as manna, Lord.
Okay.
So my errand of grievance, BD, is I'm back in these streets. I just got an email a few days ago saying that they want all employees to still come into the building.
Yeah.
No more remote teaching for the boy.
Wow.
So every day I got to pass that Bojangles. That's why I'm like, I got to talk to my wife. We got to have a family meeting.
Yeah. Got to huddle up.
We got to plan out the next month of lunches. I got to make sure that I have a granola bar and some almonds in the glove compartment. I got to make sure that I have at least 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and leftovers. See, the issue with me, BD, is when you dealing with kids or when you dealing with walking around and stuff like that, I usually eat my lunch around 10 o'clock.
What? That's
School starts at 7:30. I'm at work at 7. So when you got kids falling on the ground, don't want to go to class, and you got to do all this emotional intelligence and talking them through their pains and quote unquote bringing them to ISS room, and then you have to walk them to class, and then you got to check every classroom to check on your 17, 18 high flyers. You're hungry by 10, bruh.
Okay.
So I'm smashing my food at 10 because the typical day for me, and it won't be like that because there won't be no kids there. But a typical day for me, BD, is you check on your high flies, you check on your mid flies. High flies are kids that are just kids that's just they're bad. Okay.
They call them high flyers?
High flyers, man. See, I do a double entendre. When I call them high flyers, we fly high. Okay. Because I don't want them to feel y'all high flyers, y'all means y'all on our radar. You always in trouble. You need a father figure. So that's what I'm there for.
I like the way that they did that. You know, they put a positive connotation on it.
No.
If you didn't know any better,
I put.
Oh, you did that.
I did that. BD, come on, man.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need in the schools, right there, JE.
Yeah, I'm working on some materials right now to make sure these kids understand self-love and understand. Hey, man, you don't got to be acting crazy in the classroom, flipping desks and stuff, and talking and bringing stuff to school. You don't got to do that. All they need is some male figures there. So I said, no, we fly high. Yeah, you on people's radars, but be on their radar for a good reason.
Now, let's make sure that they don't take that a different way, because they could be talking about flying high, and that there's a different kind of high that we don't want them to be.
Yeah,
So.
I can't control what you do outside of my 8 hours under my jurisdiction and supervision.
Okay.
Because these kids are smoking. Okay, but let's keep it. When I sorry, it's life. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of kids I deal with. You know,
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, I visit these kids' homes, bro. I know what's going on when I walk in. Before I get to the front porch, I'm feeling high. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And when the kids come out of the cars and come into school, they smell like weed. That's the neighborhood I serve. Yeah. And that's why, bro, about time 10 o'clock comes, I done smashed my entire lunch and snack. So about time, the second wave, see the first wave, I have about a good 20 to 30, 40-minute window where it's peace. Mm-hmm. And then when they feed these kids these chocolate milks and strawberry milks, and these kids and these parents have the nerve to give these kids money without accountability, and they buying 5 or 6 cookies and 4 or 5 ice creams, then the second wave comes in.
Okay.
I need Bojangles then, bro.
Wait, whoa, time out. That wasn't your lunch?
No, my lunch is what I brought to the school.
Oh, so you smashed your lunch.
And I smashed my lunch, and now
as well.
Yes.
In addition to the
yes.
lunch day. Do you normally have breakfast?
No, don't have breakfast.
Oh, okay. All right.
So those are typically the only 2 meals. Now, most of the time, it just depends, bro. That's why I can't taste it. I can't go to Bojangles. I can't taste it. Because my downfall was for the first month and a half, I was doing good.
Okay.
I went this way to work. Mm-hmm. Versus going the way where you pass the Bojangles.
Okay.
But bruh, it was when my coworker and I, we went to do home visits, and she had the nerve to be like, Mr. Ezzy, we're going to Bojangles. I said, no. She's like, no, Mr. Ezzy, thank you for coming with us. We're going to go by Bojangles. I said, okay. And the same lady whose kid was in ISS the day before, Mr. Ezzy, I got him. I said, no, I don't need to be blessed right now. Don't bless me. Bro, I got my box, bro. I knew it was over. There's no way, bro. They engineer these foods that the moment they touch your taste buds, bro, it's a wrap. So that's why I got to get into meal prepping, and maybe it will be better because the kids won't be coming in to about October or possibly January. So maybe I would be all right. It's these teachers, bro. They be the ones talking about, Mr. Ezzy, I brought you a Cajun filet biscuit. I said, I didn't tell you to do that. That was the devil talking to you.
Right.
I hate it when they got deals at Bojangles and people think about you because you looked out and you did things to help the body, the student body. And especially when they got the 2 for $5 Cajun filet biscuits. Bruh, don't bless me. And so I'm just, my errand of grievance is that I believe and I pray that the Holy Spirit, man, will guide me and carry me because I've been doing good. That's why Mr. Ezzy, Coach Josh has been Slim Rev. You can't see that chicken right there. You see it on the screen.
Looks good.
I heard Popeyes came out with this honey hot chicken, bro. Have you tried that?
Oh gosh, no, I haven't heard of that, and I really wish you hadn't told me.
Man, I'm just glad they in the Bojangles close by. I mean, Popeyes. Well, there's a oh man.
Honey, wait a minute.
Honey hot, bro. They got the honey and the hot.
I shouldn't be doing this. But
hey, I'm about to look at it, bro. Let's look it up. Honey hot Popeyes, bro. I taught my. You see it, bro?
Wait, hold up. Popeye's hot honey sauce is back, and this time it's drizzled on the classic bone-in chicken. Oh my goodness. Popeyes has a hot honey chicken box deal for just $5. That is spicy and sweet. Oh my goodness.
Wow. See what I'm saying?
That's
pray for the good guys, bro.
We're trying, guys.
It's tough out here, man.
Man.
It's tough.
Yeah, man. I feel you, J.E. Like,
yeah.
You know, we try to do, you know, we try to do the right thing. We try to be generally healthy. We try to, you know, work out, you know, stay relatively fit. But why is it that it's so difficult, and especially like when, you know, when you got a job, it's like when you trying to do right, like especially when you're trying to do right, like when you know you fasting or you're on a diet or whatever the case may be, that's when that outside vendor provides lunch for the whole department.
It never fails.
It never fails. That's when they decide to have a potluck and everybody's bringing in food, you know, from different restaurants and stuff.
You know what my problem is, BD?
What's that?
When they want to buy a bunch of Papa John's pizzas.
Just pizzas, just stacks of pizzas. What am I supposed to do with that? I bought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You think I'm gonna eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when there's all these pizzas over here?
Bruh, I'm still smashing the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's dessert. Bruh, what I hate about my job is there's only 3 or 4 men that work at my school. Okay. Every month they celebrate all the birthdays for that month. And you know what they bring into the office?
Bunch of food.
No. Yeah, you're right. Not just any cake. They get that big old Sam's Club sheet cake.
Now you know.
And I probably shouldn't have said this right now because my wife is listening. But bruh, I'll be sitting at the kitchen I'll be sitting there in front of that sheet cake, and I just be cutting because there's no accountability. Who's gonna tell me that's too big of a piece? Only my wife can say that. See, it's when I'm alone. It's when I'm surrounded by people hyping me up. Mr. Ezzy, that's too small of a slice. Go on, treat yourself. But you don't know what treat yourself means. All of y'all watching y'all figures getting small piece of cake. Bruh. And the thing about it is, I'm like, bruh, I can really cut whatever size I want and nobody's going to tell me no.
That's the problem. That's the problem when, you know, like when we got quarantined a couple months back too. I was working from home for about 2 months. I lost 15 pounds.
Easy.
But when I get out of the house, that's when you drive down the street and there's all different types of food vendors as far as the eyes can see, J.E. And there's no accountability. There's no one to tell you it's not right to get, you know, the chicken strips and then go to the Shipley's Donuts and cut the donut in half and put the strips inside the donut. There's no one to tell me not to do that.
PD. You
There's
do
no
that?
absolutely. But
Man,
don't tell my
man,
wife.
that sounds great, bro. I might go to my donut shop right there and put something between one of them donuts, bro. I can't. I'm
JE.
not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nope.
There's no one to stop my imagination from running wild with the endless food possibilities. It's gluttony at its highest form, JE, and it's a sin. It
Yeah,
is a sin.
that's probably the main sin that I practice recently. Not recently now, but when I'm at work. You know why?
Why?
Because, bro, when you got a little extra change in your pocket. See, when I was a poor man,
Mm-hmm.
it was a 2 for $2.22 honey buns. See, either way, when I was a poor, I got big like a poor man. I
Mm-hmm.
understand. But man, when you got that extra money, bro, and you look at that menu, see, back in the day, I would look at the menu and be like, dollar menu.
Yeah.
Now you can get meals and get extra size, bro. I can't see. This is what I get from Chick-fil-A. I just can't go to Chick-fil-A. What messed me up was that ain't that bad getting 2 chicken sandwiches and a large fry. That ain't that bad. It don't hurt the pockets. Or getting 1 chicken sandwich and 2 large fries. I said, bruh, sometimes after I eat it, condemnation sits in.
Mm.
I was like, J.E., bro, what you doing, man? I'm like, now you want to talk to me when the sandwich is over? You should have talked to me before I even got in the sandwich. No, you ignored me.
Mm-hmm. There is therefore condemnation when you get multiple chicken sandwiches, JE.
Yeah,
There
it,
is.
there is. And you go to your favorite donut shop and grab a donut too.
That's the part that's tough, man. Like without the accountability, it's just like the combinations that I put together in my mind. Like someone should be there to tell me, don't do that. And there's
No, but
no one.
there's no one. But at the same time, we have to train our wives not to go so extreme, though. Like, I don't mind my wife's accountability, but I can't get nothing. While you're sip, man, I had a nerve to come home and guess what my wife is eating? I just simply asked. I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting XYZ. I wanted me a nice little dessert. She
Mhm.
was like, no, it's late. Guess what she was eating?
What?
The chili Fritos and a soda. I said, you telling me no? And I smelled that chili cheese Frito breath all the way over here. Man, bro. But at the same time, bro, I'm at a place in my life, man, where self-accountability must be initiated.
That's right.
Because, bro, there was some moments in my life where I looked myself in the mirror and said, man, you're pitiful. How can you go to 3 different restaurants and put a meal together, bro? You've been there, BD.
I have.
You remember that picture I sent you? With that
Shit.
them golden waffles from Waffle House and that nice slab of chicken from Chick-fil-A.
Boy,
Pray for your coach, man.
likewise, my brethren.
We're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it.
That's why I'm just gonna have to look at Bojangles and just say, no, devil, not today, Satan.
Not today.
And then tomorrow.
But maybe tomorrow.
But maybe tomorrow, Satan.
We'll revisit this tomorrow, Satan.
Because I'm realistic about my walk with God, bro. When it comes to walking around Bojangles, the devil's gonna get me. It's
just a matter of when.
It's a matter of when. He's going to get me. That's just a battle that I can't fight by myself.
That's why we have our wives. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into the main topic for today's podcast.
Podcast?
Look, you got that fried chicken on the screen. What am I supposed to? I can't focus.
Yeah, man. What did you put between those donuts, BD?
Chicken strips, man. Raisin Canes. Chicken strips. There's a Raisin Canes and then there's a donut shop right.
They know what they're doing, man. It makes me wonder who runs these businesses that's lumped together. They're smart. They know you can't trust these restaurants' desserts. Nobody eats desserts from Bojangles. Oh, yes, we do. Those cinnamon biscuits from
blueberries.
Not the bowberries, the cinnamon ones.
Oh,
I'm the cinnamon and butter ones, BD.
yeah.
Bruh, and you know about the great substitution?
It has been spoken several times on this podcast.
Man, bruh. Pray my strength in the Lord, y'all, Thursday. Pray that I have the abundance of lunch that I need. Pray that none of these parents bring their kids anyway on Thursday.
Meal prep, JE. That's the key.
But meal prep don't taste like Bojangles.
I know. All right. 5 questions to ask while dating is the topic that we're talking about here today. All right. So we've talked about it in the past, talked about how when you are in the dating or courting phase, whatever you prefer to call it, you need to be asking questions. A lot of times people get into relationships and they don't ask questions because, when you're early in a relationship, you got the infatuation going. You want that person to like you. You might have been single. Maybe you've been single for a while and you're just kind of anxious to get in a relationship. But what a lot of times happens is you get into a relationship, then later down the line, you find out major red flags that you could have found out earlier in the relationship had you asked questions while dating. And a lot of you guys have asked us, well, what questions do I need to ask? Well, that's what we're going to answer here today. 5 questions that you need to ask while you're dating. 5 answers that you need to have before you go any further into a serious relationship. Okay. So we have the number 5 thing in no particular order, by the way. But the first one that we're going to talk about is children and family planning. So, obviously this is not the first or second date. All right. This is while you guys have established, okay, I'm fond of you. You're fond of me. We're talking, we're dating, whatever you want to call it. We're trying to build towards something. Okay. So this is not first date questions. Don't ask the guy how many kids he wants on the first date because he's going to run. All right. Vice versa. Maybe the woman might do the same thing. But if you guys are actively dating, actively courting, these are the questions you need to ask. So you need to talk about it. Talk about family planning. Talk about how many kids they want to have. Talk about when they're wanting to have kids, time frame for when they're wanting to have kids. These are questions that you need to ask because these can be issues of contempt if you guys aren't on the same page. If he wants to have a large family and he wants to be the next Duggars and have 17 kids, and you really don't even necessarily need kids, but you might be okay having 1 or 2, then you guys are on 2 completely different wavelengths. And that's going to be an issue if that's something that he wants and if that's something that you want. You need to know these things. You need to know how soon are they trying to have kids. If you're ready to have kids now, and he's cool with getting married, but he wants y'all to enjoy each other's company for 5 years before you even think about kids. And you're like, hey, I'm in my mid-30s. I don't know if that's going to be an option. Well, you guys need to, that's a conversation you guys need to have. Don't wait until you get married and now, hey, let's have this conversation. No, like this is a conversation you want to have before you get married because that might be a deal breaker for you and it might not. It might be something you guys can talk through, but have those conversations before you get married. Okay. That's really all I have on that one, JE. I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you elaborate, but have those conversations before you get married.
Yeah, it's very important to really answer this question because you need to know how large you want your family tree to be. Not everybody has the grace to handle all those branches.
That's right.
Not everybody, because your kids are going to have kids and those kids are going to have and that's just realistic. And it's nothing, no person is particularly wrong. If a person just wants 2 kids and someone wants 17, there's someone that's match made for you.
Exactly.
But family planning is important. It doesn't matter how many people say, when are you and your wife going to have kids? Like we're planning wisely. We're planning our steps because Y'all not going to be the one raising them. Y'all not going to be the one feeding them. You're not going to be the ones changing them. And so it's crazy how many people get into relationships, get in compromised situations, and have babies with no plan, and having babies not doing it the right way. Like these kids, it's unfortunate how many kids are raised in homes where there was no plan. That's why I tell men, before you plant seed, put on a ring. Put a ring on it and then get married, then plan whether or not you want to sow seed and then have children. And then all these men want to run away and then have to suffer the consequence, some other man raising your child. And now you feel bad that the kid calls this guy pops, and because you popped away from the relationship. And so you gotta be at a place where you say, okay, what is my family plan? What is my family plan? What is our family plan? How will we raise our children? It's not just how many, but how you plan on raising them. So there's just not just questions of, oh, that's cute, I want the same, or around about the same. No, are we actually financially able to raise that many kids? Do we have a financial stewardship? How much debt are we in? What are our goals? That will determine when we have the children. Because every child should be brought up in a home, not forced to be in a house where two people did not plan accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just one of those things you really got to think through, because kids deserve to have two parents that are able to focus on them, and not in a place where you're still trying to find yourself, he's still trying to find himself, she's trying to find herself, and the kid's looking for support. It is what it is. And I think you just really got to ask that question, because it's important. Because not all trees, all size trees matter. It don't matter how big you want the tree. If you want the tree to be a small family tree, cool. But you better ask that question. Because if this man wants 17 kids and your uterus, and you like, I don't know if I can handle all that. But there's some women out there that want 17 kids. And then, to walk away, say, it was great knowing you. But I ain't pushing out that many kids.
There you go.
And if a man is talking to a lady and she's like, I want 17 kids, I'm called to be a shaker and a mover. We just can't pick up 17 kids if God is calling me to be a missionary, calling me where I'm a traveling type of person and my company travels. I can't just pick up and go all the time. So great question to ask.
Yeah, and there's sub questions to ask within that category. If you want to get into, how are we gonna discipline our children? Do you believe in spanking, or do you believe in what kind of methods of discipline do you believe in? How much time do you feel is appropriate for them to be watching TV versus doing other thing, extracurricular activity? There's so much to get into there, but and those are as you get deeper and deeper in the relationship. But go ahead.
I have it in my dating prep book right here. I got a section on our family tree. What would you like to see on our family tree? What branches would we like to have on our family tree? And it's talking about your financial branch, your spiritual branch, your creative branch, your integrity branch, your physical health branch. There's a lot of different love branch, emotional, mental health branch. You got to ask, how strong are these different branches in our family? Because kids need to make sure that ain't no branches going to fall on them, that nothing's going to cave in the family. And it talks about I got a lot of good questions here that really help y'all really process when it comes to children. I think I got one right here. It says, how many kids would you like to have and why? I got the card game to go with it. As a family, how will we raise our children? What are your views on disciplined children? You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of questions, man. So this book would be a good resource. And some of these questions that we're talking about today are in the book. And it's very important that you really get deep. Don't just have a surface answer. Like, oh, that's cool. No, get deep. Growth is in the details. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you pointed it out, because all jokes aside, like that book is a really good resource as far as if you talking about getting married to somebody for the next 60, 70, 80 years of your life, like the trajectory of your life is going to largely have to do with who you choose to join with, to do life with. So it's something that you definitely want to invest in getting information about making sure that you're asking the right questions, making sure that you are filtering out and aligning yourself with the right person. So watching this podcast is a great way to invest in yourself. Buying the book, Dating Prep, is a great way to invest in your future, in the relationship that, you're going to be getting into. So that's definitely a good resource. I'm glad you brought that up, JE.
And,
Go ahead.
Also want to add, man, making children is one thing, but raising them. I got questions in here like what would be y'all's family traditions? Because traditions affects children. You know what I'm saying? Like does he like what is Christmas gonna be like? What is summer gonna be like? Do y'all go to the beach? Do y'all not do nothing? Is this guy type of guy that didn't grow up with a big family or grew up with too big of a family? And are you used to big family picnics? Like that happened with me and my wife. I grew up in a very, very small, tight-knit family. She grew up in a large family. It took a lot for me to adjust to their traditions.
Yeah.
And then I fell in love with them. I grew in love with them. And now it's like, cool, I want to do that with our children. You see what I'm saying? So family traditions are important. What memories do you want to create? Because money, man, you got to understand, money don't raise kids. Money don't. Kids want memories. They don't want money. Oh, this should do. I loved you. I bought you shoes, didn't I? No. What type of memories do you want to make for your kids? So there's a lot of different questions. A marriage of legacy. What do you want your family to be known for? Because kids, you just can't make them. You got to raise them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We're going ahead and keep it moving to
But before we do, you got your song ready, BD? You didn't even study your song, get the lyrics.
Let me get the lyrics.
Well, in the meantime, all those people that are watching on the Coach Josh page, unfortunately, we're going to stop here. If you want to hear the rest of the 4 questions, as well as you want to hear that our top 5 beverages, you see what I'm saying? If you want to hear that, top 5 beverages, the link to the full podcast will be below. Let me go ahead and post it in the chat box so that you guys can go right over to the Good Guys page. And if you haven't already subscribed, man, what you doing? What you doing with your life? See what I'm saying?
Missing out.
You're missing out. That's what you're doing. That's what you're really doing. So let me go ahead and post this link for you guys and gals on the Good Guys page or on the Coach Josh page so that you all could go ahead and head on over. Head on. There you go.
In the room.
Oh,
come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes out all of my prescriptions.
Prescriptions. You ain't going to the right church. You pronouncing the words wrong. My prescription.
My bad. Yeah. I pronounced the whole word with proper diction. That's not right.
No. With the churches I grew up in, there was no diction.
Okay, gotcha. It gives me all of my medicine in the room.
We'll see y'all over on the Good Guys page. Come on in the room. All right. We are now exclusively on the Good Guys page.
Come on.
All right. Point number 2.
Point number 2. I lost my place. All right. Ambition level. All right. This is definitely a conversation that you want to have. Look, I got to be on the same page. He might want to, he might be perfectly fine working a 9 to 5 and making the salary that he's making and having, a 2-bedroom apartment or a little 3-bedroom apartment, whatever the case may be. And that's, nothing more. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like nothing wrong with that. You might be in a position where you want to be an entrepreneur. You want to, have your own business. And you might be shooting for the stars. Like you want the house on the lake. You want the 5,000 square foot, brick house on the lake. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But y'all need to be on the same page. You know what I mean? Because otherwise you're going to be pressuring him, and vice versa. It could be either way. But I'm just saying, if one person is not really about that life, and another person is, then you guys are gonna, butt heads. Like, you're gonna be wanting the other person to, hey, are you working towards a promotion? Are you trying to make more money, or whatever the case may be? And they're not going to be like, that's not what they value. Different people have different values. So he might value, just strictly family time. As long as I got my family and we spending time together and we love each other, that's all that matters. And quite frankly, at the end of the day, that's the truth. It is all that matters. Some people want things in addition to that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's how he feels and that's what he values more than, the material wealth, or the generational wealth, or whatever the case may be, then you guys are on two different pages. And so either you need to find somebody else who's kind of whose vision, whose ambition, whose motivation level is the same as yours, so y'all can push each other, or y'all need to, I guess, come to some kind of understanding, or I don't know what the case may be. But to me, it's probably going to be a situation where you would want to maybe go your separate ways, because somebody's going to feel like they're compromising. Somebody's going to feel like they're, losing themselves in the relationship, just to make it work. And at that point, you don't really have to do that. Once you get married and you didn't have these conversations and you find this out, well, then it's up to you to make that thing work out. But what we want you to do is avoid getting into that situation. So ask these questions beforehand. Find out what their level of ambition is, and find out what their goals, what their dreams, what their purpose is, and see if that kind of lines up with where you're trying to go. If it doesn't, you might want to go in a different direction. If it does, hey, you guys can build an empire together, or, whatever the case may be. If you guys both are just fine, middle, lower middle, whatever class you guys are comfortable in, and you guys are happy together, that's beautiful too. It doesn't really matter. It's just only thing that what matters is you guys being on the same page.
Yeah, you got to make sure you understand a person's speed in regards to ambition, because a lot of people's acceleration and driving or is over the speed limit that requires success in family. A lot of people's ambitions are running over families. So you got to understand, society is not built for the family unit. It's not. A lot of careers are not built to sustain family. Most careers, or a lot of careers, are built with ambitious limits that really wears the family unit out. People working 60 hours a week, or people working 40 hours and then working 6 hours on the side. And if you're not tailored for each other, and you don't have the Spirit of God dwelling in both of y'all, there won't be anyone to gauge the speed. See, when you have the Holy Spirit in each other, he'll let you know. And if you're submitted to him, he'll let you know you're going a little bit too hard in this season. Your son needs you right now. Your daughter needs you. Your wife needs you. Going too hard. Your husband, you'll be able to have someone that will speak into your conscience and say, you need to slow the gauge down. You're going faster. During this stretch of your marriage, this is the speed limit. Maybe a year from now, maybe you can increase to 10 extra miles per hour. Maybe you're able to be ambitious and your wife supports it and your husband supports it, and it really helps. But you can't be lead-footed. You can't keep your foot on the gas and then you pass by your family. You got to be able to have the Holy Spirit that says, you're going too fast, slow down, give attention where it needs to be. And that's a very important question to ask, and to really hear what they're saying. Don't just ask these questions. Hear the tone, the fluctuation, how they light up. That will kind of let you know if they're really, you might really idolize this thing. Anywhere there's idolatry, expect the speed to be faster in that area. Expect it to be you're in second place to that. You're in third place to that. That's why God has to be number one, not that person's ambitions. And it's just one of those questions you got to ask, how far you want to go in your career, research that man's career, research that woman's career, really understand what embodies that career path, and ask yourself, is this really for me? Because if you're a type of woman or a man that says, I really care about family, there's some change, there's some cuts you got to make in life. There's some cuts me and BD have to make. When we were single, ambition, just let's go. I could be up to 4 a.m. I can do whatever. But when you got a family, you gotta be able to close the laptop and say, okay, babe, what you need? And you may have that frustrated face for about 5 seconds, but that's normal. That's understandable. But you know what comes first. But you got to ask them where you want to go in life. What's your ambitions? What level is it? If you're not able to level up to that ambition level, then that person may not be the one for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep it moving to the next question that you need to ask. Talking about questions that you need to ask while you're dating before you get married. You want to find out if they have any, bad habits, things that they struggle with, if they have any addictions. You want to ask these questions. And, it's kind of an uncomfortable area to breach. But for the sake of your future, for the sake of future heartaches and hardships, sometimes you got to have uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to find these things out. Do they struggle? Do they struggle with gluttony like JE and BD do? That might be an issue of concern. It could lead to health issues down the road if they're not able to control that. Do they have do they have any other addictions? Do they have substance abuse issues? Are there mental health issues that may or may not need to be addressed? These are things that you need to find out. And it's not that, these are necessarily things that cause you to end the relationship, but you need to be aware of these things and know what you're getting yourself into. If that's the situation, and from there you can pray on it. You can listen to the Spirit of God to tell you, hey, this is something that, is within my realm of, grace and patience and willing to work with this person. Or if this is something that I need to hit a JE pivot and go in a different direction. So you got to ask these questions. And number one, you have to ask the questions. You also have to observe because sometimes everybody's not just going to be forthcoming with all of their struggles and the things that they deal with. So you got to watch. You got to keep an eye and see, are there any unhealthy patterns that you notice? You want to know about those things because getting married is not just an automatic fix all for anything that ails you. Like, you know what I mean? I think some people believe that sometimes that, I struggle with this, but when I get married, it's not going to be an issue anymore because I have my wife. Like, no, that's don't bring your baggage into the marriage and think that that's going to fix it. You need to fix yourself first, become whole first, and then you can get married to somebody else. And that's not to say that you're going to be perfect when you get into a marriage. But if you do have addictions, if you do have, unhealthy struggles, like real struggles, not just, okay, I'm going to Bojangles every now and again, I could probably eat healthier. Like, no, I'm talking about real addictions. Those are things you need to try to resolve before you get married. Because all you're going to do is drag that into the marriage. And now not only is it affecting you, but it's affecting somebody else too. If you have kids, now it's affecting your kids. So you need to find these things out before you get married so that you can hear from the Spirit of God and make an spirit-led decision on whether or not to proceed with this person.
And that's why you got to always observe your disposition. Your disposition must be a dependent one in regards to God, not a desperate one. Because when you desperate, you'll think, oh, I got grace for that. Or you'll have a savior's complex and be like, oh, I could save him from that. Do you know what the psalmist J. Cole said? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. don't save him, he don't want to be saved. You see what I'm saying? Like, people really don't want to be saved. They love their addiction more to you because of what they do. But people with addiction has to understand that God will never do addition where there's addiction. He will never do addition where there's addiction. If he knows you're struggling with something that's going to play a major role in causing what he deems as honorable in regards to marriage to sink, he's not going to add a spouse to you, which means most people who don't deal with their addictions, they set themselves up to settle, or they go outside of the God's pastures and do what they want to do. And then now this person who was dumb enough to be with them suffers the consequence of a person that didn't get rid of that addiction. This is real. Imagine being married to someone with a lust addiction or with a eating addiction or emotional eating or any of the such. You see what I'm saying? Like, boom, marriage going downhill. You're sinking now because you adding unnecessary weight to the ship. You know what I'm saying? And now this person has to deal with whether, and the thing I heard someone say about this, the difference between a pandemic and another type of like a hurricane is that a hurricane, you know when it's going to end. It's going to come through. Cool. We know once it passes, it's over. A pandemic that we're in, no, people are panicking because they don't know when is it going to end. They said 1 month. Now it's 2 months. Now it's 5 months. See what I'm saying? So with an addiction, you don't know when that person is going to get over it. You don't know if it's going to be 2 months, 6 years, the whole marriage. So you got to be sensitive to the Spirit of God and be like, what is this person dealing with? I saw someone post a comment that says, what if they don't talk about their addiction? The Holy Spirit knows everything, but you still should ask, and ask with your eyes or observe with your eyes. You know that man going a little bit too hard on them chicken wings. Going a little too hard. Or you notice that every time around this peak of his job, he gets distant, she gets distant. Their emotional eating. Always observe when they're, because I lived emotional eating. Observe, you had a bad day at work? Maybe you're looking at that bad day too badly. Like, it wasn't that bad of a day. You made it to the end of it. That doesn't mean, Josh, you got to go get 2 honey buns. Deal with it. But most people, they already made a deal with their addiction because they just want to be satisfied by it. So you got to ask these kind of questions, man. And there you go, Aries. Gut feelings are protection. Talk about it. Trust that gut.
Yeah.
And when the Holy Spirit say, yo, she a little bit on that Instagram, a little bit too long. He's over there. That's his third plate.
Yeah. And if somebody you're talking to doesn't want to talk about it, that's a red flag. We're not talking about the first and second date. We're talking about y'all have established, hey, we are dating. We're trying to see where this thing goes. If you're doing it the way that we promote, like, you're being intentional about everything that you do. So you're not just casually dating. You're dating to see if this is somebody that you could spend the rest of your life with. So if we're talking about me investing in the rest of my life with you, I need to know these questions. If you're not willing to get, when you look at stockholders, companies have to provide annual reports to stockholders because they want to know, if I'm going to invest this money into your company, I need to know everything you got going on. I need to know your income. I need to know your expenses. I need to know everything. That's why they send those out. It's the same thing because you're investing more than that. You're investing the rest of your life. So you need to know everything. Again, doesn't have to be all in one conversation. Definitely doesn't need to be on the first or the second date. But as you guys are dating and courting, yes, we need to have these conversations. And yes, I need these answers. And if they can't provide those answers, then I'm not investing in you.
Listen, self-love leads to self-care. Those who rush don't like themselves. Because whether you understanding or not, you got to know everything. Don't wait till they show everything, because marriage is when you're going to see everything. You got to know everything before they show everything. And that's why when you look at the interview process, BD, don't they have in most cases, they have more than one person in the room interviewing? In most cases, don't they what I put here. In most cases, don't they ask for references?
Yep.
But if companies, because companies are making a partnership, that's a relationship. I'm hiring you for your skill sets and I'm reimbursing you financially with benefits. These benefits must match your your in order for you to get these benefits, you got to meet the requirements. That's why you got to look at what the word of God said. This is what is required in a marriage. This is what is required in a man. This is what's required in a woman from God. And if God requires it, I require it because my benefits are too valuable. And most people, when they think benefits, they think sexually or physically intimately. They think that. No, your time is a benefit. Your emotions are a benefit. Your mind is a benefit. Your listening is a benefit. Your presence is a benefit. And you got to treasure it or you're going to lose it. And someone's going to squander it and steal paper clips and steal from the job and not work, show up late, leave early because you didn't add no value to it.
That's right. That's absolutely right. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep it moving to the fourth question, talking about questions that you need to ask while you are dating someone. Fourth question you want to ask and we want to get into is religion, okay, and their belief system. Obviously, like as good guys, what we preach, you know, foundation is that person has a relationship with God. If they don't have that, then I'm sorry. You know, the Bible talks about it. Birds of a feather flock together. How can, two be in agreement?
Walk together,
Walk together unless there you go. Mm-hmm. It was there.
I know. It was in your heart. It was in your heart.
It's in my heart. That's all that matters. So if they don't have that at all, then you need to go the other way, quite frankly. Because in a marriage, you're going to go through life together and life's going to have ups and downs and you're going to have trials and you're going to have tribulations. And if they don't have that relationship with God, they're going to respond differently than how you do because they don't have that confident assurance that God is in control of the situation. And whether, it is the confidence that to know that everything works out for our good and that God is working everything and God is controlling the situation. They don't know that if they don't have a relationship with God. So they're panicking. So they're making decisions based on, how they feel. They're making decisions based on emotion versus decisions based off of faith in God. So if they don't have a relationship with God, it's a done deal. It should be a done deal. But what you really do have to focus on is because sometimes people say they have, a relationship with God. People say they're Christian, but there's levels.
There's
right?
levels.
There's levels. A lot of people, and sometimes a lot of people agree on the core essentials of the faith. God died, God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for our sins, so on and so forth. But sometimes it's there's little differences within different sects, SCCTS.
Yeah,
just making sure within Christianity. That different people believe different things or different people have different standards. So you want to make sure that you guys are on the same page when it comes even to those things. Because if you're a person who look, just keep it a buck. Me and my wife, what I'm saying, we saved, but we can be a little ratchet sometimes. All right. So sometimes we watch their reality TV and we might listen, to a song that's not Christian. Whereas, you have other people, J.E., who don't listen to who listen to Kirk and Fred, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Not Fred.
Mostly Fred, a little Kirk sprinkled in there, but mostly Fred. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But if you guys aren't on the same page, then it's going to be an issue. You know what I mean? So that's one of those little things that you don't really think about. You're like, oh yeah, you go to church? Yeah, I go to church too. Well, what church do you go to? You know what I'm saying? What do they believe over in that church? What they believe in this church? Do you guys agree on some of, the gray areas, if you will? The the things that aren't explicitly stated, concrete word for word in the scripture. How do you guys feel about those things? What kind of standards do you have in your relationship, in your walk with God? Those are things that and discussions that you want to have before you get married.
Yeah, man. Like there's levels to this, man. I have a lot of notes on that, man. I got these 4 C's, man, because many people relationally in most situations, in most Christian relationships, they agree on the core essentials. They agree on the core essentials. It is what goes beyond the core essentials. We're talking about the tenets of salvation and what is required. People believe in those. There's a lot of people that are agreeing on the core. Now, what about the character? You can believe in the core essentials, but do you have the character of the essentials? Not only do you have to believe in or share in agreement in the character of the essentials, you also got to share in the choices from the essentials. Not everybody has core essential, not everybody has core essential beliefs, but not everybody's going to make decisions at the level. And you also got to understand what are the capacity. Because just because I marry you, you may be called, not everybody's called to the fivefold ministry. So even though y'all got the core essentials, don't mean y'all got the capacity of the essentials. It don't mean that you are built to be a pastor's wife or to be a pastor or fivefold. You might just be a layman. So y'all agree on the core essentials, but do y'all agree in character of the essentials, the choices from the essentials, and the capacity by which you carry the essentials? Also, you got to examine their fruit. The Bible says you'll know them by their fruit. Yes, he was talking about the Pharisees, not Pharisees, but the false prophets, but this is across the board. Now, what are the fruits of the Spirit? You got love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Those are the marks of the fruit that you have to examine. When you read the text, it says the fruit of the Spirit, not the fruits. Many people look at that list as love is its own fruit. Maybe love is more like an apple. Then, or joy is its own fruit. Joy seems like it's a yellow color, so joy is a banana. Or people think that peace is a fruit, and peace seems like it's a green fruit, so maybe kiwi. So people think that it's the fruits of the Spirit as if it's their own individual fruits. No, the fruit of the Spirit means you can't have one without the other. So you can't have joy without love. You can't have peace without joy. You can't have patience without peace. You can't have kindness without patience. You can't have goodness without kindness. You can't have faithfulness, gentleness, self-control without goodness. Most people look at that text and they think it's just, oh, that's cute and cuddly. No, love is first. Love produces joy. When you have the love of God in your life, you now begin to have contentment and joy in the Lord. Joy then produces a perspective that brings in peace. You can't have peace without joy. Peace then births patience. When you're at peace, you're not pressed. So what happens is, I don't mind being patient because I am in service to the providential one, right? Patience then bursts kindness because the more patient you are, the more kind you are. Kindness then produces goodness, which is good deeds. And goodness floods into faithfulness, floods into gentleness, floods into self-control. If that person is not perfected by God's love and fear is running rampant in his or her life, none of these fruits are going to be at the level they need to sustain a relationship. You got to measure, are you in love with God? Do you understand God's love? Or do when you get in moments of doubt, are you out? Or when you're in moments of doubt, do you spend 7 months in pouting all the time? So love then floods into that, and you can measure if the top half of these fruits or these top tenets of the fruit are in life based upon their self-control, their gentleness, and their faithfulness. If they're not faithful, if they're not gentle, if they don't have self-control, my friend, then the real heavy lifters, and when it comes to the Spirit of God, is not in their life. It's deeper than just sharing core essentials. It's deeper than this, because you ain't gonna be able to fight no warfare if y'all warring against each other.
Right.
So you got to examine their fruit. Not you can examine their beliefs, because the Bible says men that day will say, Lord, Lord. Have I not done this for you? Have I not done that for you? And Christ said, I never knew you. Jesus also said in the word of God, he says, they honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. So people will tell you what they believe and give you lip service, but do they have a life of service? That's what you got to think about, my friends.
Absolutely. All right. And the final question, and this isn't an exhaustive list. There's more questions that you could definitely ask. Like we talked about, pick up the book Dating Prep by Josh. It's pretty thorough, pretty extensive on topics that you need to discuss while dating. But the last question we're going to talk about tonight on this podcast is talking about levels of attachment. And we're talking about primarily with family and also to a lesser degree friends. But definitely family. You wanna talk about the family relationships. You want to get into what their relationship with their mom is, what their relationship with the dad is. Do they have a good relationship? Do they not have a good relationship? Do they have like Je said, a very close knit and large family where they have traditions? Do they meet up every Sunday after church for dinner? Do they meet up, every Saturday morning for a morning jog? Whatever the case may be, you want to know these things. How attached are they? Do they absolutely need to live, within a certain radius of their extended family? Are they open to moving, moving away from family? You want to know these things. The things are good. Like life is going to happen. Job opportunities may come along, and you might have a job opportunity that comes halfway across the country, and they're like, no, I'm not moving away from my family. Well, that's a conversation that you guys are going to have. But if you already know ahead of time, hey, look, we already had this conversation when we were dating. I already know. Like, if it's not within an hour of the family, it's not gonna fly. So we don't even have to breach this conversation. They come with the interview request. I'm going ahead and shoot them down because I need my family to be my house to be peaceful. I don't even want to start the argument. I already know what it is. You don't have this conversation, opportunities arise, or you just, hey, I want to pick up, I want to move to a different city, and you bring it up, and y'all button heads. Now y'all got an argument because you didn't ask these questions on the front end. What are their levels of attachment to their family? What levels of attachment do they have to their friends? Some people have a best friend or friends or a group of friends that they are extremely close to. How often do they hang out? How often do they meet up? What kind of things are they doing when they hang out? You know what I mean? Do they understand? Do they have an understanding that when you get married, that some of that time may have to be cut back a little bit? Or do they expect you to operate under the assumption that, this is the time that they're going to be spending with their friends, and you're going to have to get what's left over after that? You got to find out these things. Okay. Relationships with family, relationship with friends. You want to know what their level of attachment is there. And like I said, not only what their level of attachment is, but do they have an understanding that not sometimes, all the time, when you get married, some of those relationships should change.
Yeah.
If they have a group of friends who are all single, are they aware that when you get married, you're not going to be, hanging out with them like you were before? Not to say you got to cut them all off. Not at all. But they still single. You're not single no more. So you really shouldn't be hanging out with them like that. Do you understand that that's something that relationships are going to have to change to a certain extent when you get married? Do they have that kind of level of maturity and understanding? If they don't, then that's a conversation you guys want to have and kind of, break that down and come to a level of understanding. And if not, then maybe you need to let them stay over there with their friends, and you find somebody who understands, how marriage works and how relationships mature and change. Me and JE have been best friends since high school. You know what I mean? And when we were both single, we hung out all the time. We'd hang out all day hooping, go get a haircut, hoop some more, go get something to eat. hang out at Waffle House, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But when we got married, that changed. We still
Yeah.
have a friendship. That doesn't mean me and JE aren't friends anymore, but we understand that, all right, now we're married. Relationships change, relationships evolve. We have a different set of responsibilities now. So if you're talking to somebody who doesn't have that kind of maturity, that kind of understanding, that could be an issue. I can't, I can't get married and still maintain the exact same relationship with JE, because that's going to be to the detriment of my marriage. And when I get married, I have different priorities. There's nothing more important. My relationship with God, and then my marriage is number 2, right? So you got to understand that. And you have to have someone who understands priorities and how relationships change when you get into a marriage.
And trust me, piggybacking off what BD said, that last part, you're going to lose some friends like that, because most friends don't have that mentality. See, I already knew when BD got married before I did. I already knew what to expect. It was nothing like, dang, bro, where you been? It's like, bro, it is what it is. But the foundational thing that the word of God says, it says, when a man, he leaves his mother and father and cleave. That goes to women too. You got to leave and cleave. The second closest attachment you're going to have in this life outside of God, should be after God, is your spouse. All of the attachments, it gets a little loose. Now that don't mean I cut you off. That just means that we'll see you when we see you.
Right.
And the people who don't understand that mentally are the people that shouldn't have a voice in your unit. But I have a ton of questions that talks about this, and I'm just going to read them real quickly, and I want you to think about each question. I got questions that says, what is your mom's name? What is your dad's name? Good questions. What are their names? Who raised you, and how was your experience? Good question to ask. Who raised you? Was it your mom? Was it your uncle? Was it your grandma? Who raised you, and how was your experience? Next question is, which family elder are you closest to, and why? Maybe you grew up with your pops, but your uncle was the closest one to him. Who were you closest to growing up, and why? How close are you to each of your parents? Is there any type of wounds? Because they may not be positively attached to their family, they're negatively attached. And so now that negative attachment, because of how that parent wounded them, is affecting your relationship, right? Next question is, real quickly, what are some of your family's traditions? We talked about that. How much of an influence do they have on you and your relationships or other decisions? Does he always run to mama? Does she always run to daddy? And now all of a sudden, now dad and mom's voice have some kind of way of affecting how you plan on leading the home? How much of an influence? Do they have a mindset that says, you know what? We got the Holy Spirit. Thank you, mom and dad. We'll come to you if we need you, but we got it from here.
Hey, that's a major one right there. That's gems.
Yeah. Next question is, what is a negative attribute about your family that may affect you now or in the future? What happened negatively? What's a positive attribute about your family, and how will that affect your future? Because home will affect your next home. How you was raised in one home will determine how you are going to raise the home you're in. If you're not healed from it, or they are your healing, right? In what ways could your upbringing affect your future relationships in a good or bad way? Next question. What's one good memory you have of your upbringing? What's one bad memory you have about your upbringing? These are deep questions. How big is your family? What would you like to see on our family tree? Now we're getting into, I heard all your questions about what happened here. Now let's talk about us. And when you ask these kind of questions, my friend, you'll see if they're ready to leave and cleave. Because it ain't nothing. I'm guaranteed. I've counseled people. People are trying to do God's will in their life, but their wife or husband is not ready to leave their home. You got to have a cleaver. You got to have a lever and a cleaver. Beaver.
Don't do that.
Yeah. You have to say the beaver part, because then they're going to be like, oh, I could take that with me.
Okay. All right.
It's deep, y'all.
Oh,
We done with these questions, but it's deep.
yeah.
You just can't just take a surface level answer. Deep questions, you really get it. You really know what answer you're gonna get from deep questions. Oh, you want a big family? Me too. Don't stop there. Go deeper.
Yeah, guys. Next to the decision to accept Christ into your life and become a born again Christian, the decision of who you decide to be your spouse is the biggest decision you will make in your life. All right. So we can't take it lightly. Like, you can't just, oh, I think he looks cute, or, oh, I got some butterflies in my stomach and some infatuation, and make a decision to marry somebody, to spend the rest of your life with somebody based off of that. We have to do some research. Okay. We have to ask some questions. You wouldn't just invest, somebody come up to you and say, hey, I need $500 for you to invest in my startup company that I'm trying to get off the ground. Like, you're going to have some questions for them. You're not just going to hand them $500. All right. We're talking about a far greater investment than $500 here. We're talking about the rest of your life. Okay. So you got to ask these questions. You got to ask the tough questions. You got to ask the uncomfortable questions, because it's going to save you heartache in the future. So I hope this was valuable to you guys. I hope this added some value to you. Hope you got something from it. If you did, and you're watching this at a later time, hop in the comments. Let us know what you got from this episode. And if you have any other questions that you can think of that are important to ask, drop those in the comments, drop them in the live chat, whatever the case may be, so that we can all, learn from each other and pull together questions that we can ask. All right. It's that time of the podcast, guys. All right. It's time for this week's top 5. We've got a good one this week. All right. This week we are doing our top 5 beverages.
All right. You ready, BD?
I'm ready, man.
What's your number? You ready for your number 5, BD?
I don't even know if I remember what my number 5 was.
Man, because these top 5 beverages, man, it's interchangeable. It depends on what season of life you're in.
It does. Not necessarily. Well, yeah, it is kind of. I put mine in a loose order.
Yeah, it's
subject to change.
It's a loose order, and even some of the things that's not in this list is because I had some nostalgia picks. I had some beverages that got me through some periods, that got me through college, that got me through high school sports. So I had to put them in there because those beverages, if I go back to, still gonna be good, still gonna be there for me. It's gonna give me great memories, or maybe how I overcame bad memories or bad moments.
Okay. Just to clear the record, we are not talking about adult beverages.
No,
we're the good guys. All right. So we're talking about non-alcoholic beverages. Top 5.
Top 5. Number 5 for BD is, you don't even remember yours, do you?
Lemon lime Gatorade.
I respect it, BD. See, go ahead, BD. That's yours.
Come on. Now, for our ladies who watch the podcast, maybe not in your top 5. I don't know. But if you a hooper, look, there's nothing like hooping and then afterwards going to the gas station and getting the 2 for $3.
The 2 for $3.
32-ounce Gatorade.
And you see which picture I gave you, BD? I didn't get that little small Gatorade. We got this one. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you never get no. What is this? A kids YMCA, a church league basketball? No.
Thanks, Mom.
No. You get the 32-ounce, or you go home and drink some water. All right. Lemon lime Gatorade. Okay. It's refreshing. Water is good for you, and it's important. But I don't do too well with like straight water, JE. Like I don't know, man.
Bruh. I love water, BD. I love it, bro.
I wish I did. I don't know when it happened, but at some point I gotta, even if I drink water, like I gotta put a little the flavor in there, the little Crystal Light squirts thingies.
Bro, you got some issues, bro.
I do. It's not good. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
But lemon lime Gatorade. That's my number 4. I mean 5.
Whoa, BD, you all right?
Yeah.
My number 5.
Mm-hmm.
That peach knee high. That peach knee high, BD. What you know about that? See, this is the only soda I have in my top 5, and I don't even drink this now. I because this is top 5 nostalgia picks.
Okay.
But this peach knee high, BD. I'm a peach man. Now I don't like peaches. I like peach drinks, peach flavors.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this peach knee high, bruh, the best soda of all time. No. It is number 2 to Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's good. I don't know if I have it as number 1.
I don't drink soda. I haven't drunk soda in years. The closest I get to soda is probably ginger ale. But Dr. Pepper, number 1. Then close 1B is peach knee high. Have you ever had peach knee high? I got put on this when I was a young man.
I've never had knee high in my life.
What? You never had peach knee high?
No, I have never had peach. I don't even know what that is.
You know why? Yeah, God, I know, of course, because when I saw your list, I said this is a privileged beverage list. My list was struggle. These are beverages that mom said, hey, this is what you're getting. When you at the church fish fry, peach knee high was in there.
When you at the fish fry.
When you at the fish fry, peach knee high. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Pibb. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Pibb, I mean. All these different, this is what was there. Peach knee high. When I tasted it as a young man, I said, Mom, every time I went to the gas station, I got me a little Swiss roll, or I got me a fudge round, or I got me an oatmeal cream pie, and I got me a peach knee high. Man, you talking about sitting in that back seat, feet not touching the ground, and enjoying my life. My little 25-cent little Debbie snack and my peach knee high, bro. That was good times. Good times.
I ain't never heard of that. I mean, let's see. I'm not alone. Smoochie. Thank you. We be
Smoochie.
Here.
I don't think Smoochie lives in the States.
Yes, she does. I think she does.
Smoochie, go to your local gas station, go to your Quick Trip, get you a peach knee high. Is over there in the soda section. Don't listen to BD.
Don't get the peach knee high.
Wait till you see the rest of BD's list. You can't trust them. How did you even get to know BD? You gotta know him from the coach. Why do they call me coach? Because I got the plays. Okay? Go to your gas station after this podcast. Go to the open it up, and you're gonna see knee high. I know you're probably thinking knee high, maybe it's a Japanese company, but the Japs knew what they was doing when they made this beverage. Okay. So I need for you to go to your gas station, get you some peach knee high, and let me know what your experience was.
Don't do
it. But you're talking to someone that doesn't even drink soda, because since I was a little man, I cracked a little bit. I didn't like strong. That's why I knew I couldn't do alcohol. I can barely take soda. So I always drank my sodas flat. I don't know, peach knee high. I'm telling you, it will change your life.
Do yourself a favor and pass on peach knee high.
Don't pass on. Look at that bottle. It says "Try me."
No, it doesn't. It says desperation and struggle.
Desperate times. Yeah, desperate beverage, bruh. But this peach knee high got me through those many hours at that fish fry that I was ready to go home. No basketball goal around. I was sitting there just eating fish all day. BD's number 4. Oh, what's y'all's number 5?
What's y'all's number? Nobody dropping their number 5s.
I think there's a delay, bro. I think there's a delay in our broadcast, bro. Let me get my phone out and see if anybody's posted anything. Yo, yeah, Smoochie, I drink sodas flat. Yep.
That's how you know he's not to be trusted.
Bruh, anybody in the chat right now, they drink their soda flat, you know what the vibes is. You wanted to be holy.
I don't see anyone.
No, listen, holiness It's those who are holy drink their sodas flat because they don't want no bubblies to make them feel they don't want no closeness to no alcohol or anything like that, BD. We don't want the burn on esophagus. We like smooth beverages.
Then just get some Simply Peach.
Simply
Problem
Peach
solved.
wasn't made back then, BD.
Well, it is now. So there's
And
no
and it's
reason for you to have peach in the
and
eye.
it's on my list.
Okay.
Oh man. Anyway,
All right.
number 4.
Number 4. Minute Maid Berry Punch. And I'm to be honest, I don't remember what my list is because I'm trying to think of what in the world I have higher than Minute Maid Berry Punch.
That's what I was confused. I was like, BD?
I feel like it should be higher on my list, but I'll wait because there has to be a reason why it's at number 4. But Minute Maid Berry Punch is one of the greatest fruit juices
Of
there
all time.
is.
Yes.
It's so delicious. It's so refreshing. You just can never go wrong with a cold glass of Minute Maid Berry Punch. I've never struggled with drinking, alcoholic beverages and things like that. You know why? Because you can't tell me that there is an alcoholic drink that is more satisfying than a cold, refreshing glass of Minute Maid Berry Punch.
BD. Man, this beverage right here. Look at the innovation. Look at the way it's shaped.
Mm.
Because those trips to Walmart, BD, we had to carry it. Yes, it was heavy, but it was enough to do this. It was enough for me to just drink it out of the jug as I was walking from Walmart, BD.
I think that's my favorite. That's the best thing about the Minute Maid Berry Punch. You can get that big thing at Walmart. My wife had the nerve. Look, we've been married for 9 years. Just celebrated our 9-year anniversary last week. Pat on the back to us. And it took a while. It took a while because she would go to the store and she would get the Minute Maid Berry Punch in the little carton. In
What?
the carton. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's one night. You know what I mean? That's one night of me watching SportsCenter. That's gone. I need you to get that. I need the jug. If you need me to come out to the car and carry those in the house, I got you. Don't worry. I'll stop whatever I'm doing and I'll carry those jugs in the house.
Whatever.
Don't worry about that. But I need those jugs. Okay?
Whoa, huh? Oh, you talking about
Wow, J.E.
Sorry. Man, this beverage right here, BD. I don't know why they put Minute Maid. Because it literally, probably the minute is going to be gone in a minute. This right here, bro. Those long trips, I got it higher than you. You didn't think your list through.
I might not have. It should probably be higher on my list.
I can't even mess with this drink right now, bro, because I'll be diabetic. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
diabetic. Nope, can't do it.
You can't just drink one. You can't just drink one glass. Like that's all. Like it's almost like a dessert, J.E. Like at the end of the day, I get a couple, maybe like 3 ice cubes and just some Minute Maid Berry Punch, and just sit down on the couch and just. There's nothing better, man.
It's just the smoothness of it.
Yeah.
It's just, and when it's cold, this might be the best cold beverage of all time. When this thing is chilled right, maybe it's the container. I think it might be the container. Them people at Minute Maid, I hope they got the patents on this because I think it's the jug that makes that thing. It's deceptive. You don't know if it's cold, but when you open that thing, when that thing is, because this thing is nasty when it's warm. This thing is no good if it's not chilled. If I felt that bottle, I'm like, it's not chilled enough. I'm waiting till I put it in the freezer for a while.
Yeah. How do you feel about the fruit punch?
This is better than the fruit punch. The fruit punch, I was never a fan of the fruit punch.
I'm not either. I mean, you know what I mean?
Because when you taste this, you can't go back.
You can't. Like, if we got the fruit punch at the crib, I mean, I'll drink it, but it's not like the berry punch.
No.
It's not even close.
I think they made the fruit punch and was like, everyone's got fruit punch. Minute Maid made that berry punch.
The kids will probably like the fruit punch. I think that's what that was their train of
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
The berry
See,
punch, that's a grown
for the
folks
adults.
drink.
That's the adults.
Yeah.
See, the berry punch is for the adults. That's
for
our
the
adult beverage.
That's for the grown and saved right there.
Yeah,
Only for the
babe.
grown and saved.
Oh man, I might get some glasses, and might get a nice little candlelight dinner, man, for my wife, bro. And be like, babe, I got something special in the fridge for you.
And we got to break out something special tonight.
Some special night. I open that door, bring out a big gallon of that mint, babe. Don't.
You can't even pull that out sexy.
Hold your glass. Hold your glass. It's gonna come out. Yeah. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, you like it.
Special night. We bring it out. As if we're bringing out some Cristal.
You're right.
Bro, that's right here for special occasions, BD.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number 4.
Mm-hmm.
A two-way tie.
Oh, here you go. No, you cannot serve both Gatorade and Body Armor. For either you will love the one and hate the other. You cannot serve both Gatorade and Body Armor. You have to choose one.
Bruh, I'm stuck because this is my Gatorade now.
What?
But that Glacier Cherry Frost, BD.
Hey, that's it. That I had the lemon lime number 1. That is a close number 2. Like it has risen drastically through the charts of Gatorade flavors because it didn't used to be. I wasn't really on it back in the day.
I was on it. I'm always, my eyes are innovative. When it sees potential. See, BD is a type of guy. That's the difference between us two. BD is stuck in the past kind of guy. Who's drinking lemon lime right now? Nobody's drinking lemon lime right now.
I still do.
That's great. When I saw this white cherry, Glacier Cherry, and they have it right there at your face. They have like the lemon limes and the fruit punches and at the bottom row. Mm-hmm. They put these nice berries. I opened the door. I said, after one practice, I said, oh, Glacier Frost. Cherry? Hey, let me get that.
Yeah.
I ain't turned back since. Well, yeah. I don't drink Gatorade now. But if I go back to Gatorade, I'm going right to the Glacier Cherry Frost, BD.
Okay, what's this Body Armor malarkey
Come
you have
on,
going
man.
on here?
That Tropical Punch Body Armor, bruh. That right there is good, man. I'm telling you. It's my Gatorade, bruh. It's better ingredients. And this is Kobe's drink, bruh. You so disrespectful, bruh.
Hey, props to Kobe. Rest in peace.
Bruh, have you ever had it?
I have not.
See,
I have not.
What? See,
look at that little bottle. What am I supposed to do with that, J.E.?
Yeah, because the Glacier Frost, man. Have you looked at the sodium? Have you looked at the sugar in it?
Well, you can get the Gatorade Zero. They have the Gatorade Zero.
Ain't nobody, bruh. I don't do anything zero. we to the max, okay? Okay.
Unhealthy to the max.
Unhealthy to the max, bruh. If I'm gonna, that's why I drink a bunch of water. But this is number 4 because we hoop, we get buckets, BD.
Oh, yeah.
We need our electrolytes, BD. Orange mango is your favorite? Okay.
I can't mess with Body Armor. Look at these fruity flavors. The Tropical Punch, Orange Mango. I just got through hooping. I don't want Orange Mango.
They probably did that for this generation. That Peach Mango, though.
That Peach Mango, though.
No, that Peach Mango is my favorite, bruh. But it's I think it's like lower calories or no sugar or something like that. But that Peach Mango go hard, BD.
Those two things do not go together. Peach Mango and going hard are not.
Bro, you gotta evolve, man. You gotta see what else is out there in life, man. You can't, bro. You still
my tried and trues,
yeah,
man.
bro. I understand that. I got my tries and trues too, bro. But I want to see what these other things, if they do what they do. Bruh, you gotta sip on something greater than lemon lime, bruh. It's okay. It's okay. Have the lemon lime in a tuck, but adventure. Go out there and taste some other things out there and see what's What's out there?
You know what happened? I tried that. What is it? Cucumber melon
See, that's your
Gatorade,
problem.
and that's
That's your
nasty.
problem.
It was nasty,
BD,
man.
cucumber and
That
what
was
else?
cucumber melon or something.
That's your problem.
That's the nastiest thing I ever tasted,
You
bro.
exotic B.
Don't ever call me that again in your
You
life.
exotic. Ever since I heard you, ever since I heard that kiwi's your favorite fruit, and you exotic B, that's your problem. You saw the cucumbers, you was like, oh, okay, that's fancy. I'm exotic. You know, shirt off, felt like you was at the beach. No, nobody in their right mind. They knew that was for the soccer mom who bought the Gatorade for everybody else, and she out there in the sun. That's Karen's Gatorade. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know what.
That was when I saw that, I was like, what? Cucumbers in my Gatorade?
I don't know what made me think that was a good idea.
So BD, what I need for you to do.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I need you to go to that gas station. Okay. I want you to open up that Gatorade door, and I want you to try something new, man.
I'll think about it.
Don't do no cucumbers. Stay away from the greens. Don't get no green Gatorade, BD.
Yeah, none of the green ones are good.
You got to get something that don't match the color of the drink they're talking about, like this Glacier Cherry Gatorade.
Okay. Number 3.
This guy, bro.
McDonald's sweet tea.
This guy's diabetic.
Yes. McDonald's sweet tea is the most diabetes-inducing beverage on the face of planet Earth. Sweet tea as a whole is my number 3. Cucumber melon. I thought you was talking about the Bath and Body Works.
Wow, BD, that's your problem. Exotic B.
And he said we don't do cucumbers over here.
We don't do cucumbers. BD, you expose yourself. You know no black. When was the last time you had a cucumber? I don't think I ever had a cucumber in my life. Certain fruits and certain vegetables, we as men, we stay away from.
Oh man, that's funny.
Now zucchini, yeah, I rock with that. Okay, but I ain't messing with no cucumber, bruh.
I don't.
I do. You know what? I do cucumbers in when I do fresh squeezed juices because of their health content. I do cucumbers and celery.
See, there you go. So
but
I'm thinking along the same lines.
You was thinking exotic. Your toes curled like you was at the beach, and you was like, "Bruh, I want that cucumber melon." I'm feeling real sexy now. I'm feeling like alive. I felt alive. I felt some Atlanta music in the background.
I got a little tan going.
I got a little tan going. Your waves is going to the shore just right. Your waves is flowing to the shore just right.
Yeah.
You had that tight shirt and them skinny jeans on with the sandals, and then you had the thong sandals on. Yeah. Only a man with the thong sandals and skinny jeans and a Target T-shirt is going to select cucumbers and melon, and that right there, BD, is very sus.
I was feeling myself at the time. I was.
Yeah, and look how it backfired on you.
Yeah, it went wrong. It went terribly wrong.
That lady, when you was checking out the gas, he was like, "Sir, you sure this the Gatorade you want?" And she looked at the way he was dressed. Oh, he didn't finish hooping. Oh, I know what he's about. I know what this guy's about. Did you try it in Atlanta, BD? You didn't get that beverage in Atlanta, did you?
Man, shut up. All right, McDonald's sweet tea. All right, sweet tea is number 3 overall. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's sacrilegious to say because normally it's always like Bojangles or Chick-fil-A. I think McDonald's might have the sweet tea game, man.
I can't do sweet tea, BD. I can't do caffeine, bro.
Okay, well, for me,
diabetic B
is the sweet tea of choice. They got the 32 ounce for $1. Like you can't go wrong.
That's not even tea.
It's not. There's more sugar than there is tea in this drink. It's sugar, water, and maybe a tea leaf. That's delicious.
BD, man, you got your blood work checked out. You diabetic, bro? Your legs numb?
Nope.
Do you do it? Bruh.
I don't drink sweet tea all the time.
Oh, I'm about to say, bruh.
Normally,
Sweet tea used to be a part of our culture, bro. But I don't even. Sweet tea ain't even that good, bro.
sweet tea is good.
Nah, man. It's just maybe because it makes me feel jittery. The sugar and the caffeine is a bad mix, BD. They trying to kill us, BD.
What's your number 3, JE?
Oh, my number 3, BD, is where this beverage belongs, BD.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
This right here, bro. I haven't tasted it probably since college.
It's dangerous.
So what happens in Tulsa stays in Tulsa sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
What happens in one phase of your life must stay in that phase of your life.
Facts.
Because if I drink this right now, bro, I will be diabetic, just like diabetic B over there. I ain't gonna speak that over you, BD.
You're right.
But at the same time, bro, because I can't have my wife. I'm going to the grocery store, babe. Be back shortly. And I'm thirsty. And I go to this refrigerator, and it's just me and this. And I drink all of this, BD.
Right.
That's bad.
Very.
So that's my number 3.
And take Eddie's comment off the screen. We've established that at this point that we don't do cucumbers.
No,
all right,
no,
I made a
BD,
mistake.
Listen, man, when the prophet rebukes you,
Prophet's rebuke.
the prophet's rebuke, let the rebuke stand.
He said that like it was scripture, right?
That is scripture, bro. Jesus didn't have no cucumbers on his glass, bro. I think that was one of those fruits that slipped through God's imagination. God was like, "Oh, I ain't really mean to make cucumbers."
Number 2,
BD.
Yeah,
Bro, that thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee man, so BD, that's not for me.
Coffee, and not just any coffee. Cafe Bustelo. Espresso.
Bro, don't you
coffee.
ever. I got headphones on. Don't you ever say it like that, BD.
Yeah, I put the accent on there. I did. Absolutely. On purpose. Okay. Always pure and flavorful, like no other.
What do you be drinking, bro? Like no other, BD, bro.
Like no other,
bro. You grew up. Your life was good for you, BD.
Hey, man, it's good coffee. All right, coffee is essential. When you have kids, you're gonna come around to seeing things my way.
I don't know.
You're gonna realize the importance.
I think it's the caffeine, bro. I don't know.
You're gonna need it. So you don't need it right now because you get to do what you want when you want. But when you have kids and you can't do what you want when you want, when you have a newborn baby that keeps you up all night crying, you're going to start using coffee. I'll never forget when we went to your wedding.
Oh, yeah.
We woke up the morning of the wedding.
It was just me and Kenny left at the house.
All of your groomsmen who had kids, we went to go get coffee. You ain't had no coffee maker at the crib. It was just you and Kenny at the house. And coincidentally, or not, y'all are the only ones that don't got kids.
Makes sense.
I'm just appreciate it.
Yeah, maybe. Is there another alternative than coffee?
I mean, there's decaf coffee, decaffeinated coffee, but I mean, what's the point of that?
Caffeine makes me feel like I'm about to leave here, bro. Can't do caffeine, bro. Makes me feel like just too shaky, bro.
It's my number 2 because of the importance of coffee. Like, I need coffee. I just, like it.
Then why you just didn't put Folgers, bro? Why Cafe Bustelo?
Because the Folgers is not the best part of waking up. It's not it's Cafe Bustelo. See, when you're an amateur coffee drinker, maybe you go for the Folgers. When you're a coffee connoisseur, okay, you drink the finer things. You drink the Cafe Bustelo, the espresso ground coffee, okay, vacuum packed, 100% pure. That's the good stuff. I don't know what Patty B is talking about.
Bro, if your name is Patty B, you trust it, bro.
Why?
Patty LaBelle? Have you ever met a Patty that didn't do you right? Burger patties.
What?
Salmon croquette patties. I ain't never met a patty that didn't treat me right, bruh.
Hey, call it what you want.
He is bougie, man.
Call it what
Bougie
you want.
B.
Hey, bougie B.
All right, my number 2.
Okay.
I only tried this 2 times in my life because I knew we couldn't be friends.
Wow.
We couldn't be friends. Every time I see it right there beside that Simply Lemonade and Simply Orange Juice, she always want to talk about, can we be friends? Why can't we be friends? I said, girl, if I take you home,
Right.
and you taste like you did the last time, you will always be in my fridge.
Wow.
Some things you just got to look at and say, we can't be friends. We can't do this.
It was the great psalmist Trey Songz that said, and now there just ain't no way we can be friends.
There's just no way.
And I wish we never did it.
I should have never tasted
it.
Right. That right there, BD, that's Simply Peach.
Phronominous. That's Simply Watermelon.
Hold up!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I have not told you about that, J.E. My bad. Simply
What?
Watermelon. Yeah. It hits. I thought, and it's not straight just, I thought it was just going to be straight watermelon juice, which I was like, that doesn't sound appetizing. It's not. If you read the ingredients, it's like watermelon juice, but they got some other fruits in there.
You have to with watermelon. You have
to.
It's gonna be
You can't
watery.
just have.
So
Right.
why haven't I seen this? Is this not everywhere?
It's rare. I haven't seen it that much, but it's good. It's so refreshing.
What? Simply imagine mixing them two, Simply Peach and Simply Watermelon.
Bruh.
Imagine putting Simply Watermelon with your berry punch. CBD. It's going to be done. So let it be written. So let it be done.
So let it be done.
Man, hold on. Let me see if there, when you go to Google and it'd be like, is there a Simply Watermelon near me? Give me 1 second, guys. Target. Pick up today in store. Okay. Yep. Y'all know what's going down with the next 24 hours. You already know what's going down. That's my number 2, Simply Peach, man. I'm a peach man.
Okay.
No, I don't like peaches, but I like peach beverages. It's a difference.
Tivana apple lime. I've never tried that at all.
Where's that at, BD? Who said
Etihad TV at 11:05.
I never heard of that, fam. You see what I'm saying? Hey, that Simply Peach is a hit. Oh, that's what you was talking about.
Yeah. Lemonade sparkling water.
Bruh, don't let people enjoy their beverages, Brady.
I don't know what that is.
You got Sam Bustelo as coffee, bruh. You can't be talking me.
Cafe Bustelo.
Some cafe, yeah.
All right. Number 1.
For BD?
For BD. Simply lemonade with strawberry. It's kind of hard to find.
BD. Oh, with strawberry?
With strawberry. Yeah.
I've seen this one before.
J.E. There's nothing. And you can interchange. It's the Simply Lemonade with strawberry and the Simply Lemonade with raspberry.
I didn't like the raspberry too much, BD.
No?
I mean, it's okay, but when I had that Simply Peach, bro, Simply is the brand of the decade when it comes to beverages. Simply, the people they got in the back office, bro, they're doing a good job over there, bro.
Look, they got it on lock, bro. Back in the 90s, it was Fruitopia.
And they fell off.
They fell off. In the 2000s, Minute Maid had the game on lock, had the game on smash.
Yep.
All right. Anything after that, it's been Simply, man. They shut it down.
You know why? Look at that name, Simply. What else go? What else did we have as a beverage back then? Snapple.
Mm.
See, Snapple is one of those. You got to give me one word or simply Snapple.
Mm.
Fruitopia. Nobody wants to go. That's not a place that I want to go to.
Hey, Fruitopia was hitting back in the day.
Fruitopia, yeah, that was when they introduced us to diabetes. Yes.
Simply has milk now. Look, I don't
Nah,
want
yeah,
Simply milk.
they do got almond milk and stuff, but I can't do it. I can't. My mind cannot
Mm-mm.
do that. My mind can't do that
No.
because when I pour Simply in my cereal, I just no, I can't do it.
No. Sometimes companies, you just gotta stop. All right. You got the juice game on Smash. Like, why do you want to go to milk? I don't want Simply milk.
Nah,
But
and maybe, but a lot of companies do make mistakes. BD.
they do. They should consult with the Good Guys
Simply,
podcast.
yeah, they should, because I got some ideas for Simply. I got some ideas, bro. My number one.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
BD.
JE.
No, what you about to say?
No, that's Simply, man. My number one had to be Simply. They got the juice game on lock right now. Go ahead, JE.
My number one
I feel like this is going to be a hot mess.
is always overlooked,
Oh boy, here we go.
but it's always refreshing. Water.
What?
Yep. And alkaline water is that. All these drinks are cool, bruh. But without water, who are you? Dead. Water is number one, BD. I don't know what you because you're diabetic B. Okay. You're trying to get 300 pounds. I'm leaving 300 pounds.
If you had one last drink before you had to leave this earth, you would ask for a glass of water, JE?
No, simply peach.
Okay, so that should be your number one.
No. I'm in the land of the living. So I'm not on my dying bed. When it comes to the dying bed, hey, yo, man, give me, what would be your last meal, BD? If God was like, yo, I'm coming back in about 20 minutes, what do you get your last meal in?
Ooh,
What's your last meal?
We're not doing it right now. We don't
Yeah,
have the proper amount of time
to
dedicate to that question.
What would I? No. Ooh, that's a good one. What would be my last? What would be that meal where I say, you know what? When I close my eyes after this last bite, I'm ready to see my Lord.
Okay.
And I know a lot of you out there was like, where's the orange juice? Where's the apple juice? They're not in the top 5. They're not refreshing enough.
Mm-mm.
Orange juice doesn't refresh you. Apple juice doesn't refresh you. You just can't chug orange juice. No, it's too tangy. It's too not.
Yeah.
You just apple juice is that's simply apple.
I've never had that.
Of course you didn't. The last time you had apple juice was in a juice box when you was young.
It was.
BD, you're a different dude, bro.
Why would I sit up drinking apple juice? I'm a grown man.
I don't drink apple juice either.
Then what are we talking about?
Oh, we're just talking.
Oh, okay.
You basically caught me and I was like, oh, we're just talking.
Right.
Water is number 1, BD. I don't know what's up with y'all, bruh.
I mean, yeah, water is important, but I wouldn't put it in a list of my top 5 drinks. I mean, are you going to put broccoli in your top 5 foods? It's really healthy. Sure.
No, we're talking beverages. Beverages are different. I got a gallon sitting in the freezer right now after this podcast. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Of water.
Yeah.
And you'd rather have that than a gallon of Minute Maid Berry Punch.
Yeah, because the ingredients they put in these drinks now are not like they was when we was growing up. I can't do no high fructose corn syrup.
But you can do Bojangles.
Yeah. Hypertension seems better than diabetes.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. I'm not even gonna put that on myself. No, but I'm saying, see, with Bojangles, you can flush that out your system. You can kind of just eat that and be about your business and not eat nothing else. Have you looked on the back of the juices and how much grams of sugar you drink in half a cup of juice? Do you know how I chug juice?
Mm-hmm.
See, BD, that's why I can go to Bojangles. They don't have no nutrition box at the back, at the bottom of the box. So ignorance is bliss. Wow. But if I grab me a beverage and anything I can look at the back, I kind of put back. If I look in the back and be like, whoa, that's how much sodium's in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Phenomenus. Water is a given. Like, obviously, we need water.
So what's y'all's number one?
Hardee's chicken. I forgot Hardee's did used to have chicken. Do you remember when Hardee's had fried chicken?
Bruh, ever since I met Bojangles, I ain't care who had chicken.
Water quenches. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, we got that. But that's a given.
Bruh, but have you had this water before?
Alkaline tin water. No. Water is water.
No, it's not. There's levels to water, bro. See,
There's not levels to water.
BD, that's why I'm gonna pray for you, because if you don't understand the principles of water, do you understand anything? How can a man say that alkaline water and tap water are the same? They're not the same.
I mean, yeah, like you got spigot water and then you got everything else.
No, because even Aquafina is still acidic.
I've heard that.
There's a lot of these waters that you think is whatever, they're not what they are. You get what you pay for, BD. So I get this.
Anyway, number one, Minute Maid Citrus Punch. I don't even. Not all water is the same.
Oh, what's this? Whoa.
Pink watermelon lemonade. What brand is that?
Okay. Oh, he does his own beverages. He mixed that. That's a mixture. That it? Thank you. Don't take BD. Pray for BD's diabetes.
Look, I drink water. You know, I mean, it's not my favorite drink, but I drink it.
It's number one to me, bro, because that's all I drink now. None of these drinks that I said today, let me go through my list again. None of these drinks right here. None of these drinks. That's not in my fridge. 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 What stays in my fridge, you can ask my wife, is this.
That and granola, geriatric crunch clusters.
And who do y'all got living the longest? Well, me. Y'all know good and well, bruh. If y'all tried the cereal that I have, you'll be a different person. You'll be like, wow, J.E. know what he's talking about. One thing about me when it comes to food, I don't just do stuff like BD will. I don't just go and get cucumber and melon Gatorade. I don't do that. I look at that. My rational side of my brain says that's trash. Don't touch that. You don't want the lady at the front at the counter to think you suspect. Put that back, and it is what it is. BD heard his little sandals tapping against his feet. Got him some watermelon cucumbers, and whatever you got. Who knows that lady at the checkout kind of thought about this man?
Hey, man. I was feeling myself that day, man.
And there's just some days you just got to say, no, I'm not getting that.
Anyway, that's all we've got for today's show. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some entertainment, but I also hope you guys got something that you can apply and make useful in your everyday life. Hop in the comments. All right. Let us know what you thought about today's episode. Drop any questions that you have that you ask when you're in a dating relationship for the greater good of the listeners. Okay. Smash that like button. If you have not already subscribed to the We Will Not Do a Top 5 on water brands. I can't even think of 5 water brands.
Ooh.
Top 5 on best
Ooh.
ice.
There's different types of ice, BD.
There's only one type of ice, and it's
Not the one from the fridge, bro.
No. It's the kind that they got at
Chick-fil-A.
Sonic, and I think Chick-fil-A got it now. Yeah. If it's not that ice, then yeah. I don't know what we're talking about. But anyway, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. All right. I'm a happily married man, humble father of 4. He is Joshua Ezzy, happily married as well. Slim Rev, not right now. We're working on it. We're getting back there. We are the Good Guys Podcast, and we are out.
And we're only good because he's good, and water's good for you. Peace.